All right. Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. Today, we are going to be taking a look at English idioms. You know, those
My
phrases that don't always mean exactly what the words say?
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to be using an episode of English Idioms Unlocked as our guide for this.
Great.
Um, and, you know, these sayings, they can be tricky even for native speakers,
Definitely.
but they add a lot of color to the language,
Right.
and understanding them can help you avoid some um, embarrassing misunderstandings.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Sometimes very embarrassing. Idioms are like these little puzzles, little
Yeah.
cultural puzzles, and they can teach us a lot about the history and values of English.
Okay, so this episode, it highlights kick the bucket,
Okay.
which at first glance sounds kind of strange. Who kicks buckets?
It does sound a little strange, but, in this context, it actually means to die.
Oh, okay.
The origin of the phrase is a little bit grim. It's
Hmm.
believed to have come from the way pigs were slaughtered, back in the day. Interesting.
They would hang them upside down from a beam called a bucket beam, and sometimes the pigs would kick their legs as they died.
Oh, so that's where it comes from. Huh.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Um, it's really amazing how these phrases, they evolve over time and take on these new meanings.
It is, and that's what makes idioms so fascinating.
Yeah.
They have these surprising histories and can teach us a lot about the past.
Right.
Yeah.
So using kick the bucket, it can make your conversation more interesting. So instead of saying like the character died, you could say he kicked the bucket.
Right.
But I guess you wouldn't use it at, say, an actual funeral, would you?
Probably not. You got to remember that idioms often have a specific context where they're appropriate, and kick the bucket is very informal.
Got it.
It can be seen as insensitive in certain situations.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like how you wouldn't use slang in a formal business meeting. Exactly. It's just like that. And it's worth noting that some idioms, like this one, can even have variations depending on where you are in the English-speaking world.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if other languages have similar expressions about death that might sound strange to us English speakers.
Oh, absolutely. Every language has its own unique set of idioms, and they often reflect the values and perspectives of that culture.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
This deep dive has really made me think about how much I just take for granted in my own language.
Really?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to pay more attention to idioms now and try to learn more about their origins.
That's a great takeaway. And here's something else to think about. Try using a new idiom that you learn in your own conversations. You might be surprised at how much it can enrich your communication.
I love that challenge. And for anyone who wants to unlock more secrets of English idioms,
Yes.
check out the English Idioms Unlocked podcast. It's an amazing resource,
It's fantastic.
full of fascinating language and culture.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep those ears open for those quirky phrases. You never know what hidden stories they might reveal.